Hello and welcome back to another episode of an art teacher drawing Adventure Time. Today we're going to be drawing ELEVENTY Adventure Time because I am slowly running out of titles and adjectives to describe the number of videos and illustrations we have going. As I continue to make these videos, and there's still going to be a couple more, I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to transition these videos in this channel in the future, what type of things I'm going to be illustrating and what I'm going to do with those illustrations and how I can use them to tell the story. I mean, it can be fun to just see how things are done, but I'd really like to kind of take it to the next level and make something additive in the video process. My video editing is almost non-existent at this point. I think the art has really come along, but the video editing really needs some punching up. So that'll be something I'm just thinking about as we, move into this new year and what things are going to look like here on this channel and what kind of videos I'm going to make. For this one, hate to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again, but Adventure Time's got some great characters, and it was really, really fun to look at those lists and try to find some. This Medusa-like character, I'm assuming, was really, really interesting. The villains of Adventure Time are pretty underrated. There's some pretty, scary ones on here, and I thought this was another uh, pretty fun character. The ruby kind of being the third eye situation, I thought was really, really interesting. Gave it some magic right there. I'm pretty happy with this. I think the colors are nice choices, but the rendering is a little flat. I mean, it doesn't look like those things are around, but I do think these colors specifically pair really nicely with the black outline. Like, I like the line weight that I have there and how it just kind of all flows together. The snake is fun too. It kind of looks almost like copper, some burnished copper. I don't even know. I assume this character can use some kind of magic. That's why I kind of made it doing that little spell right there. But all in all, pretty fun, pretty decent. Don't know the name. Looks like Medusa, so we will we will just go with that. Up next, I think I do actually know the name of this one, and I think this is James Baxter, and he's like a horse that rides around on a beach ball. Um, I, like most people, think horses are a little strange to draw. I don't draw them very often, so you can see I've gone very much with the rubber hose style for this one, which I guess for James Baxter kind of fits how he is anyway. Looking at that little picture he had there, and I guess looking at mine too, silhouetted almost like a guitar or like a cello or something. It's very, very distinct shaping. I made kind of this sunset thing, and maybe he's a little bit sad. I don't know. I was just trying to mix it up from how goofy they traditionally are. Even though it seems like in the show they have a pretty wide range of emotions they express, sometimes I think it's good to like pick one of those and try and focus on it instead of just going for strictly like a cool pose or something like that. Try and put some emotion into it. I think the colors here are just okay. Honestly, I probably like the Medusa one a little bit better, but I did try to make the full figure fit in this one. The Medusa one, I did not do that. The robes are a little bit obviously easier to make than just a straight up horse. So some interesting storytelling here. Not the best execution though, but probably the right idea. The next one. So there was a lemon guy before. There was Lemon Grab. I believe this guy's name is Lemon Hope, and I think he plays, yeah, in that little picture down there. He's got a little harp that he plays, so I kind of just went for that on there. This one was, I mean, this video is almost, the playback's almost over. It was really, really easy to kind of finish this one. I thought of this idea of kind of like a flowery magical spotlight situation, and I think that works pretty well. The colors were super easy just based on that illustration I had there. It was a nice little palette of blue and gold. Feels very floral. I think it's balanced nicely with the warmth from the background. It makes it almost seem like a warm blue, which is not something I always spend a ton of time with, but it's definitely something to consider moving forward, taking those traditional colors and like really trying to put them in that other space by the accents and contrasts that are around it. And I think this is nice. It's got like a warm glow, kind of makes, I think that's like a cornflower blue, if I'm remembering that. I think that's a Crayola crayon color. Anyway, yeah, I like this one better than the horse. Maybe not quite as much as Medusa, but overall, I think it works. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The next one, jeez, these names. I'll tell you what. Um, it sounds silly, but I feel like it's Gumbald. But now that I'm looking at it, he's not bald, so maybe that is not his name. Not sure. Again, so I tried to, the opposite of that picture I found there, just do an opposite expression, made him like really, really angry. It's like some kind of king, and I just pictured him like yelling at something not going his way. Looks like I went with some teal shadows on there, which is pretty interesting. I got his little medallion down there that I made light up, but that's cut off. This one I think is nice for what this is. I think this has some pretty good dimension to it. It has some interesting colors. The gray I think looks pretty nice. Maybe just juxtaposed against the background, and it's interesting to see a desaturated pink. It's not the first thing I think of when I think of pink, so it was nice to see something a little bit different there. His shapes for his facial hair, and I guess his hair in general, eyebrows and stuff, they were very pliable, very gummy like, and that was, which I guess makes sense because it's a bubblegum character, but works well. I tried to make the teeth like little Tic Tacs or something, so I think it balanced nicely. I wish I remembered the name of this character. Some type of wandering warrior, messenger, something with a big floppy hat. But I really like this one. I think the character had a lot of details that I wanted to pull out in the actual design. There's like, it was carrying a passport. You can see it there. It's got like a robot arm. Half the face is bandaged. It's got kind of like that pilgrimy shirt on, little bags, stuff like that. And I think I really put nice colors on there that helped integrate into the background, that makes it look like it goes together. Can't see it when it's cut off here because it's zoomed in, but I like the evenness of the texture. I texturized the background a little bit, and I made it like balanced on top of a roof. It's just kind of like slowly stationed or perched and looking out at something, but also maybe it's just noticed something far off in the distance. These colors are really nice together, very gem tone-esque, and I think it works well. Kind of blue-gray shadows. The highlights are there. They're very cream. I probably should have picked a slightly stronger placement for them, but overall I think it works. I really like that color green there. That might be one of my favorites in terms of green for the skin tone. I don't think this character is like a frog or a reptile of any kind, but with Adventure Time, you never really know for sure. So that's gonna do it for this video. Those are all 5 of our illustrations. I've got one more of these planned. Took a little break for the holidays, and I've got some plans for how I'd like to transition things moving forward. Again, still going to be doing things rooted in illustration because that's the type of stuff I like to make. But in terms of what I'm using the illustration for, that's something I'd like to think about more carefully, with more intention behind it as these continue to progress. I believe this is already, between the Blues Clues, the Pokemon, and Adventure Time, this is already 15 videos that I've made, so not bad for just starting out, not knowing how to edit, not knowing what I'm doing, never running a YouTube channel before. So we'll just see where things take us next. So we've got at least one more. This is 9 episodes of Adventure Time. Obviously, I got to do 10 to make that nice round number at the end, so we will see you in the next one. Thanks.